Welcome to Mutual Yearning. Hey, the show in which two internet friends yap and just be girls. We are just girls. I'm Deja. Oh,
Is it working?
yeah. Yee. I'm Deja.
And I'm Steph.
And like we said, we're Mutual Yearning. Let's start with our introductions that we have written down on here. We're very professional. We did our very best to prepare for this.
We have notes. I'm like eating breakfast right now, so
I'm eating breakfast too.
mind the chewing.
I actually had breakfast prepared. Well, I have the potato salad. I have an egg salad in the fridge, but I did not want to eat it because I was so busy focusing on doing my makeup. Which, like, can we get a little applause? Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
I love your glasses.
Thank you. I love them too. Actually, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with them. Sometimes I'm like, okay, girl, like you're working. Because I love silver. I love silver jewelry. I have this bracelet to match. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, girl, like actually KYS. Can I say that?
I think we can. I just don't think we can curse. The f was that?
Oh.
What do you yearn for? 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 What is it that you yearn for? What do you yearn for? What are you yearning for? What do you yearn for?
So for introductions, I'll start. I'm Deja. I'm 21. I love K-pop, bed rotting, making videos, Fortnite. Those are actually the only 4 things I have the capacity to do, and it's really scary and not cool or at all. But that's just the truth of who I am. I'm sorry.
I think they're cool. Oh.
Oh.
The camera is rolling. Like.
Oh. Did you not?
This was an honor contract. Like. You signed an NDA. Like. Oh. Anyways, so welcome to Mutual Yearning, where it's me, no longer Deja. I don't know who that is. Anyways, so I'm 20. I turned 21 tomorrow. I'll be 21 by the time this comes out. So hopefully my birthday went well. I'm a film student at a university local to me, which for legal reasons I love. My school, love you. And I graduate end of this year, which is really exciting. That's basically what my personality is. A film student that's new to films and doesn't watch anything, and it pisses other film people off. And I make a lot of things. My favorite stuff. Oh wait, we're not getting to that yet.
Oh, wait, let's get into it pisses people off that you don't watch films. Is that real?
Yeah.
Like who?
Like okay, at this point, it's kind of become like a bit where I'm like, okay, now I'm just not gonna watch these like popular films because
that is so.
Like when I first started meeting people from my like major, they'll be like, "Have you seen the Joker?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "You're not a real film major." Oh. And I'm like, "Yeah." Or like, if I meet like new people, we're like, "Oh, what are your favorite movies?" And I'm like, "Bottoms," like "In the Mood for Love," whatever. And then they'll be like, "Quentin Tarantino, the Joker."
Oh my god. Wes Anderson.
Yeah. And it's like, okay. And then they'll be like, "You haven't seen the Grand Budapest Hotel or whatever the fuck it's called?" I'm like, "No." Who's Quentin Tarantino?
Like literally, girl. I'm gonna be honest.
Have you seen that meme of like Snooki on a Quentin Tarantino set and she's like getting interviewed?
Yeah.
And he's like, what's your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie? And she's like, who's Quentin Tarantino? I'm so serious. Like, that is me.
What's your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie?
Who's Quentin Tarantino? I'm dead serious. Who is that?
That reminds me, I recently stalked you. Just gonna end there. I recently stalked your, what is it called, letterbox? Is that what it's called? Yeah, letterbox. I went through like all the photos and I saw everything had good ratings from you, and I was like, you are too kind. Like, you are too kind. I give people 2 stars back after back. You are not good enough. You are not good enough. I didn't get you. Sometimes I think I'm just dense though and I don't get the message. But yeah. But people that think they're better because they've seen certain movies are actually horrifying, and they deserve nothing, and you're not better than us.
Like, you're not.
And just because you saw something better doesn't make you better. Unless you're me. Like, if I see something that you haven't seen, that makes me better. But when you do it, it's wrong.
Exactly.
Philosophy.
And it's like, at the same time, it's all subjective. So it's like, does it really matter, you know?
Literally.
Oh, I just cursed again.
Oh. I didn't even notice. Okay, so
I need to have like a swear jar. Like a coin in there every time.
So let's get into our favorite social medias. You should start.
Okay. On my notes, I put Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and I don't know if you would consider this a social media, but Letterboxd.
Letterboxd. I feel like, yeah, it is social media, since you like follow people and you can see other people's stuff that they post. For my notes, I wrote down TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and then I split parts of myself when I have apps, and I want to go into that. But first I want to say that it may be surprising to everyone ever because I'm chronically online, but I do not have Twitter. Or X, sorry. I do not have X.
I call it Twitter, so
Sorry. And I will explain why. I had Twitter when I was like 13. Oh,
ban my account, Elon Musk. Thank you.
that was embarrassing. Okay, so I don't have Twitter. I haven't had Twitter since I was like 13, 14. I don't want to go too much into detail why, but let's just say it wasn't good. I just feel like Twitter is a really negative space. It's very toxic. I was at a point in my life where, you're 13, 14, you're very impressionable. You want to be like everyone that is there. You want to fit in. You want to laugh when other people laugh. So I was a bit of a meanie. And then I got to the point where I was like, Twitter is not a good app. Like, I don't like that I'm being mean on here. And it wasn't mean like just horrible. It was like fandom mean. Like the person you stand sucks. The person I stand, they rock. Like, it was more so like that. So in my little 14-year-old brain, I was like, I want to be better. I want to be I want to be loved, and I want to be light. So I gotta peace out.
Mature, like.
It was because of Wattpad. I read like a feminism book on Wattpad, and it opened something in my brain.
Amazing.
My Wattpad lobotomy.
Feminism book on Wattpad.
Yeah, it was like intersectional feminism 101 or something like that. I don't know, but it opened me up. It opened up my legs. It opened up my mind.
Yeah.
Right. Anyways. Oh yeah, so TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, those are my favorite apps. TikTok, obviously it's brain rot, and since I'm like a chronic bed rotter, it's essential to my being. Like, it's essential to me living. And it's actually horrible. I noticed now, oh my god, also they added 2x, the 2x speed thingy on TikTok. Oh, you don't have TikTok. Oh my god. Why don't you have TikTok, by the way?
We can get into it. So I had TikTok. Well, first of all, I had a Musical.ly. I was at Musical.ly Trooper. I was obsessed with Musical.ly in like 2015, 2016. And then it like died in like 2017. And then like mid 2018 slash going into 2019, it became TikTok, I believe. And when it first became TikTok, it was just like a weird, like, if you were like a really niche nerd, you were on TikTok, sort of, kind of. And so obviously me being like a loser nerd in high school, I wasn't that much of a loser, but like, yes, you know, obviously I was on TikTok, and like the few cool people from my loser squad were on TikTok, and we would just see all like the funny memes or whatever. And so I had TikTok basically since it became TikTok or whatever. And then we had like quarantine and stuff, and like everyone was on TikTok.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Rotting on TikTok really bad. I just thought about like when people post like their old 2020 TikToks and they're just like cringing at themselves.
Oh, mine are bad. Sometimes I go back
Mine
and
are
revisit
really
them.
bad.
No, like, okay, we have to share them on here one day. Some of them, mine are still up actually, but I've been thinking about privating my account because it's actually really embarrassing. I don't even go back that often and look at it because I can't face the reality that is like me, myself, and I in the past like 5 years of my life. It's actually really scary and like kind of sad, and it makes me kind of regret being who I am. So, anyways, continue.
Anyways, and then like I graduated. I was still on TikTok. I wasn't on it as much because after I graduated, I went to abroad. And that was fun. When I came back, I was just like slowly just getting off it because I'm like, I'm spending way too much time, too much freaking time. Editor. I'm spending way too much time scrolling, and it's like really, really bad. And like coming into 2022, I think I like just deleted it, or like I just had it like offloaded on my phone, and then eventually I like actually deleted it and like I haven't touched it since. Like my account is still there, but I only have TikTok on my iPad, and it looks really funny, but I have it for when I want to look for like information, like recipes or something.
Yeah.
Like,
you only ever hear people talk about the toxicness of TikTok, and maybe and maybe I'm being hypocritical. Hey, get into it.
TikTok looks so weird on my iPad, but I only have it for like, oh my god, so huge.
The entire For You page being TikTok. I mean, from being K-pop TikToks.
Yeah, it'll be like K-pop. Like, okay, my last recent searches are like vanilla hair products, vanilla body products. So, yeah, because those TikTok girlies have that stuff down.
Okay, queen of cursing.
I actually curse so much. Actually bad.
I have my training in because me cursing has never been something my dad wanted, and I was always so like, okay, I don't want to disappoint. I will respect you. This is what I can do to respect you. So I like literally stopped cursing. I cursed so much when I was younger, and now I like rarely do it. But I really want to is the thing, because I feel like it's more natural, it's more comfortable, and it's funnier when you interpret a swear word inside of a joke. Because saying frick and like ASS doesn't always work. But for some reason, the way people perceive me matters to me a lot. And it's like, if they think this is who I am, if I go outside of that, it makes me extremely uncomfortable. Like a lot of people will say that, a lot of people would be like, oh, like, you're so innocent. Like, I see you as innocent, and
I'm a woman.
I couldn't imagine you doing this and doing that. So now if I swear, people will talk about it, and it'll make me uncomfortable.
Why does it say time left 9 minutes?
Mine says it too. That's what I had to cover real quick. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm very scared right now.
Like, die. It's like, you have 9 minutes left.
What happens if you end it and then just come back in? You think that'll work, or?
What the heck were you talking about?
Here are my recent searches on TikTok. Spirit Airlines. What airlines don't use Boeing? Because apparently that's an issue these days. Scotty Sire and Kristen.
What do you mean?
It just came up on my For You page, I think. Yeah, it came up on my For You page, and they're like, airplanes that use Boeing are gonna cause you death. And then apparently, like, a big company that doesn't use Boeing is Spirit Airlines. And, like, usually I only hear bad things about Spirit Airlines, but now they're winning. So I was looking it up, and I'm like, so what's so bad about it in the first place? Maybe I should give it a try because it's also cheaper. And basically, like, nothing is free there. They charge you for, like, bags more frequently than the others will, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm like, for a short flight, like, it's probably worth it. I don't know though, because I haven't
Because
been.
it's like an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Heidi Klum IVE, because apparently Heidi Klum was at an IVE concert. Let me just insert that real quick because that's crazy.
What? Oh my god.
My God, that was crazy. That was so crazy. This is the video.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You make me feel like 11.
I want to know how that came to be and exactly, like, does she know them? Like, oh, okay, so apparently that.
Yeah, or was it here?
Neither. This is the crazy part.
Was it like Australia or something?
I think it was Germany. I know, like, hold on, because the caption says, Heidi Klum being there is so random. As someone from Germany, this is so funny. So I'm assuming that it's in Germany. If anyone knows, correct us. But that is so random. Does she, like, actually listen to them? Has she just heard, like, the title tracks? Is she there with somebody who's actually into them? Wait, no. I saw another clip, actually. She was holding a light stick.
Really?
So maybe she is like a diver. Like, diver! Like, dive. I feel like I talk too much about TikTok. So I'm going to briefly go into Instagram and YouTube, and then we can move on. Okay. Unless you have anything you want to add. Like, speed it up, girl. Speed it up. Actually, what time is it? So, Instagram. I love Instagram. I've been on Instagram, and it's been my main social media for literally ever. I have multiple upon multiple accounts on Instagram that I currently use and that I have used in the past. I have old Instagram accounts of me being, like, really embarrassing and lame, and maybe I'll show that one day, but today is not the day. We have to move on. And then I have, so on my Instagram, me having a bunch of accounts is because I do this also on TikTok, and I think I used to do this on Twitter, but I have to make multiple accounts because I like have to go on whatever Instagram account or TikTok account feels like my mood. So for example, I have an Instagram account that is solely for looking at pretty people that are, like, aesthetically pleasing. Then I have one that is, like, specifically for looking like art. And then I have my personal, and then I have a Mr. Killer.
It's my friend.
Hey, friend.
Hello? I'm home right now. Why? Why?
But anyways, back to Instagram. I split my accounts up, one for art, one for aesthetics, one for blah, 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 because in my head it has to be organized and I have to be in the mood to see that. It's almost like a playlist for music. You have a playlist for your different moods. I have different accounts for my different moods. And I don't know if anyone else does that. Oh, you do?
Oh, I do that on, like, everything. I literally do that on YouTube too.
Yeah.
It is an even more, like, crazy level of doing that because I have, like, account with like my school email, and then one with, like, my personal email, and then one with, like, my one where I post videos, and it's all, like, really different stuff.
Okay, that's lit. I haven't done that with YouTube. I just do playlists on YouTube, but I should try that because that is a good
It gets
vibe.
kind of crazy because then you're like for me, it'll be like I get to in my head and I'm like, I don't want to ruin the algorithm of my perfectly curated. It's kind of insane, but
like, it's a good kind of insane there. Do you have any Virgo placements in your big three?
no.
Oh.
I don't think I have any Virgo placements. Period.
What are your big three, if you don't mind sharing?
Pisces, Sun, Leo, Moon, and Taurus rising.
Okay, Pisces Sun, Leo Moon, and Taurus rising. Don't know much about it. I don't know why I asked, but Leo Moon, I think I have, like, a certain idea of Leo moons. Isn't like JK a Leo moon? I just know Leo. I see I see Leo moons as like strong people
Oh,
that like work
I
hard.
mean, I've been working out.
They put in that work. Like they put in that work. Like that's how I see them. Okay, so let's move on to why we decided to make this very quickly. You should go into this because I clearly talked too much.
Okay. I'm just trying to fix my hair. We decided to make this because we are yappers, yearners. We have too much to talk about, which is the little tagline for this show. And it would just be fun to have a little space for other people that mutual yearn with their mutuals and want to talk about the internet and being creatives and just like everything in between.
Yeah, we are.
That's
We're
life.
just like you.
And we're
girl.
different than everyone else because we're cooler and hotter and sexier. And we will never probably, well, we are going to meet, but like in terms of like the show, like we'll never meet.
I think you lost me there. What do you?
And that's what makes
Oh,
that's what
okay.
is cool.
Yeah. We don't want to constrict ourselves. This is a digital show where we're gonna have fun and we're gonna talk, and we might even, I don't know, fight. We're not gonna fight, but
Get on camera.
okay, that was great. That's exactly why we decided to make it. I obviously have been someone who makes video. I have a YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel.
Go subscribe.
Links down below, babes. Links down below. Like, I have made YouTube channels off and on for so many years. I'll get into that another time. But, babes, like, this is our calling. Like,
This is, and it's gonna look really good on my portfolio. Like,
and like, you make sure y'all tap in, comment, share this, clip it, TikTok it, clip this. Okay,
I
so
feel like you're gonna say that, and then someone being me is gonna clip it with like a picture of like just one comment, and it's like my mom being like, "Hey."
hey, I know. I'm like, I haven't told anybody anything about this yet because I just haven't. Okay, I'm like a celebrity when they go on Instagram and they delete their entire Instagram and then come back. Actually, I despise that because like that is your like Instagram is like low key your diary, but your diary and as its best self. Like I want to see your old photos. I want to see when you were 2014 with a mustache and a piece of bacon in your hand. I want to see 2019 when your eyebrows were the size of like, I don't know, this. You know, I want to see the different eras. I don't care if you're deleting. Just put 3 black pictures and then like you don't have to delete it. I don't know. Something about that just upsets me. I don't know what it is, but
No, that's so real. I have like pictures on my account from a really long time ago, but some of them are like archived because it's like,
yeah, that's understandable.
you shouldn't see all of it, you know.
Moving on to the next topic, parasocial relationships. You should
The
start.
first topic.
Do I start?
I'll start. So, I think definitely with growing up, being surrounded by the internet, like, okay, I wasn't exposed to the internet at a very, very young age, but still a very young age. You know what I mean? Like, I think the first time I had access to the internet, I was like 11. 11 was a crazy year. 10 years ago, let's go. I got like my first phone, like my first iPhone, because my first phone wasn't like a flip phone. And like I figured out what YouTube was, I figured out what like music was.
Yeah.
It was lit. And so like I think being exposed to that at a young age definitely
It messes a girl up.
has an impact.
Yeah, it
In other words, yeah.
it's
But
horrible.
that's how I feel about that. And like obviously at that age, it was like One Direction era, so it's like I was
Ooh.
that One Direction fan.
Oh my God, me too. It's
I was that One
crazy.
Direction girl.
I don't remember how young I was when I got into social media, but I know it was pretty young. It might have been younger than 11 even. I'm not
Yeah,
entirely sure, but I
like
think
10, 11.
yeah, I think it did start on Instagram. And I actually think my old account might like still be up, but I remember I knew how I would be perceived even then. Like I wasn't like I'm going to be perceived like consciously like that, but I was just like people
Can
will
see.
see that. Yeah, people
Yeah.
are going to see this and everything I post is making an impression. And I'm very shy as a person. I've just always been really shy. Um it's not it probably doesn't come off like that, especially just now as I talk to your friend. I think I'm just in a good mood and am slightly performing for
Right.
the digital show.
The
But
digital show. Not the podcast.
I remember this photo.
Oh my god.
I remember straightening my hair and being
The,
like,
the pose
oh,
is actually beautiful. You're just like,
yeah, like I have to post this on Instagram. I posted 45,000 different photos of me with my straight hair because I'm like, the girls are going to eat this up. Like, people will love me finally. I will earn your love. I did, in fact, not earn their love, but. Oh,
unfortunately. Yeah.
also this. It says,
Oh my
which is best? Comment. Straight or curly?
That feels like a meme that'd be posted now.
No,
I
literally.
love that.
So,
You were
yeah.
just so ahead of your time. I wish I could
Literally.
find more pictures of myself when I first started using Instagram. Like I only have like my old Facebook pictures, but like my old Instagram pictures were like the same. Like they were just like over like not even saturated, but like over like filtered. Like just so many weird filters, like
But that was the vibe
weird
then.
poses, like me like
Did you ever hit the, like this? Wait, was it?
no, it was like this.
Yeah, like that?
Yeah.
And making your lips kind of smaller? Like,
No, I would always do like the like this with like a I would always have my hair like back then I used to have it to the middle or to like the side. And I had really long hair, so it was like that side
the
part.
side parts were crazy. I wanted to be a scene girl so bad. I like wanted the scene boys so bad and the emos so bad. So yeah, I was like very present online from a young age. And then eventually that turned into me like being a fangirl, One Direction and Five Sauce and Demi Lovato. I was very big into Demi Lovato for like 6 years. I loved how incredibly open and honest and flawed she was. I was like, okay, like you feel real to me. I feel like I can connect to this because my childhood wasn't so bright. That's kind of sad, but so I dabbled in the fangirl world. Not dabbled, actually. I lived in the fangirl world. I made very cool connections, and I just feel like being a fangirl taught me love. It taught me how to love people. Like, obviously, I have my family that I love, but I wasn't very social. I wasn't interacting with people outside of that. I wasn't making like super strong connections. But there's just something so cool about being on a fan page and just meeting people through something that isn't like convenience. You know what I mean? Like you're making this connections with these people based off of things that you love and genuine parts of yourself, not the fact that you see each other constantly at school or you're seeing each other constantly in your neighborhood. So it just feels very different and it feels more special. I actually
You make me feel
special.
special.
Hey, you make everything alright. Shining light. That's what you do. I owe it to you. Hey, because you
Hey, we
make
gotta
me
calm
feel
down because we're gonna get
special.
copyrighted. Like we just sound so good.
Oh my god.
So I agree. That we can definitely talk about how being exposed to the internet at such a young age is also like a bad thing. But that's like a different topic for a different day
Yeah.
because we can really get into that, I feel. But in the ways that it's helped, I think, yeah, connecting with other people and not being as shy to connect with other people because like there's this like barrier between you because it's like you're not in person. Like you're not looking at me in the face. Like, so do you like Harry Styles or Zayn Malik? And it's like, who are you? And so I think that that part of it is good because you're like trying to communicate with other people, but at the same time, there's kind of like a safety net, and you don't feel like you're putting yourself out there too much.
Yeah.
Or you're still like trying out different like personalities and like different things. Which is what I liked about that. I didn't make any like One Direction friends or anything. I didn't have Twitter until I was like 13, but I did have Instagram. I did like my first account was like a Facebook and an Instagram. And I was that Instagram god. Like I would post there all the time. I would post it like how people would post on Tumblr with like I would just make like little like journal entries, but like not really. I would just be like so bored right now listening to Halsey.
Oh, Halsey.
I love coffee and Nirvana.
Oh my god, the hold Halsey and Nirvana had on everyone at that age, in that era. Like, I remember being like, Halsey's mom, everything was black and white on my Instagram. I was like, don't talk to me. I had like American Horror Story merch. It was crazy.
Literally, like I would always, it was great. That was my like wannabe emo phase, even though like in person, I definitely didn't like exude that. Exude that? Is that the word? I don't know. But oh, I just got the 9 minutes.
Me too. Oh no. We yapping.
5 hours of fun.
But the thing is, like, half of it's us figuring things out. So that's where I'm like, we should definitely do another episode based solely on that.
Yeah. Oh, the reason I like lived so like much through that is because my brother was a teenager at the time, and he was like very much like into that stuff too, because he was like an actual teenager and like
Yeah.
could go and leave the house whenever he wanted to, and I was just like, yes, buy that Halsey vinyl. And like I would always sneak into his room because he had like the white bed sheets. I never had white bed sheets as a kid or like as an early teen. I had like the teal, like that nasty.
Wait, do you remember the bed sheets that had like the like kind of like checkerboard, but it wasn't? It was just like the grid. Oh yeah, the grid, like American Apparel. I think it was.
Yeah.
Insane.
No, he would have like the white bed sheets. Everything in his room was black, like black furniture, and I would just be like, and I would take so many pictures on my little iPhone and then post them like it was my room. Like, yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm that Tumblr grunge girl. But yeah, I think being exposed to fan bases like that was cool. And obviously, like now, I'm in that BTS army forever. Like,
oh, I did it wrong. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
there's it.
Bum done.
Maria, such a liar.
There's so much we could say about that. We were very impressionable. There's so much that went on that I just have so much to like add because I was in multiple different fandoms. We would get into that in another time though because you have a life and you have things to do. I have nothing to do. But actually I'm supposed to be going somewhere today, but like later on. Oh. Okay, cameo part 2.
Okay, part 2. Okay, wait. Meet yourself real quick. Hello.
Oh yeah, okay. Very quickly, my current bays are look. I'm a BTS stan always. I'm ARMY, but I like forever. But they're currently in the army. I'm not occupied by the content, even though like that kind of upsets me because TikTok stopped giving me their content, so I like had to go look for it and like stuff so I could get more like BTS content because,
Right.
like, army forever, babes. Come on.
I need my daily dose of Yoongi. Like.
Literally, I remember at one point in my life, I was like, if I don't get BTS one time a day, like something really bad is going to happen to me.
Exactly.
That's probably not healthy, but it's the truth. But anyways, yeah. Pumpkin. and Yearning Kai. Those are my bays right now. Tomorrow by Together. I'm also really loving Sakura from Le Seraphim and Kazuha.
Yeah. For me, I wrote down Tan by NTXT. That is my bae. That is my man. That is my number one.
He's so fine. He's so fine. It's crazy.
I love him. I've been really into him again. I was kind of in a little Bumgyu era, Subin era even. Actually, no, I've been in a Bumgyu slash Yeonjun era for a little bit because if you've seen Yeonjun lately,
I see. That's the thing about TXT is like they're all just so like okay, babe, like babe,
they're all
like
so
babe.
boyfriend.
That as loyal as I am, like I will like slip up a bit. Like I will. I'm sorry. Like that's just the truth.
So Tan, Sakura as well. She just stands out to me so much in Le Seraphim.
Yeah.
I think it's just how passionate she is, but she also gets a lot of hate, which is like
Insane.
y'all are just haters, like
Insane. By the way.
hating on this girl boss. She's standing out to me. Same thing with Zua. Love her. For BTS, I think right now I'm trying to channel Namjoon because I just have so much work, and I'm like, what would Namjoon be doing right now? Like he would be like, "Do your work, girl," and I'd be like, "Yes." And then lastly, I put Jiyoung from P1 Harmony because I haven't fully tuned into their comeback. Like I've listened to their album and stuff, but I'm not like keeping up with their stuff as much because like the lack of BTS means the lack of everything else. Like the lack of me being on Twitter to keep up with my other faves. But Jiyoung, I will always be there for you.
Let me, as long as you love me.
Jiyoung, I will always be there for you, baby.
For BTS, like for me, it's Yoongi, always Yoongi, and Jimin, always Jimin, babes. But who I'm specifically tapped in with BTS right now is like,
Did you see that?
wait, how? How did you do that? I'm sorry, I violated Zoom, didn't I?
Oh my god, I was choked on my water.
Like, how are you doing
I
that?
actually have to clip that. That was so funny. You were like,
No, but really, I want to do that. How did tap in Zoom?
this happened on FaceTime the other day. I didn't think it would work on the Zoom.
Like, why isn't it working?
I don't know.
Racism. Okay, whatever. Get on y'all Zoom.
Moving on.
Love you, Namjoon. Now to our leap year letters.
Yeah.
Basically, let me explain what our leap year letter is. Like, okay, I'm gonna read off of what I wrote down because this is. I don't want to yap too much. Okay, we are girls. We're what? Oh, girls.
Yes.
We journal. Me, not so much anymore, sadly, but we cry, and most importantly, we
Vibe.
yearn.
Yeah, let's go.
We vibe too. You know I got that vibe, baby. Yeah.
Oh, Jimin.
So basically, Steph sent me an Instagram reel. It was a video of a lady showing us a letter she had written 4 years ago. Specifically, it was a leap year letter because I guess a leap year happens every 4 years. In February, on February, I don't know if I wrote down the date. On February,
29.
29, on February 29th. So, basically the reel was about how precious it was, how nice it was to kind of reflect on where you were 4 years previously, or 4 years before, whatever. I don't know if he's that right. And we were like, let's tap into this.
And then talk about it on our digital shower.
We were like, okay, immediately, we have to make this content.
We gotta lock it in.
So we will briefly speak about what we wrote. Do you want to start or should I?
I will start because when I saw your page, you wrote a lot more than I did.
Okay.
I wrote here, I don't really remember, and I still don't really remember. I didn't give myself any prompts. I was just kind of like writing what I was feeling. I went to the park. I did this outside. I touched some grass. It was good. I went to the park and I was just like, it was like 5, 6 p.m. and I was like, okay, I have to get this letter done, and the day's ending. So I just wrote like, what was on my mind, and I like in my journal, I was like, what would I want to know like 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Like from my future perspective, and I was just like, I don't really know, like because when I think of past journal entries and I don't go into detail of like what's going on, I'm always like, girl, like say more, like what do
No,
you mean? Like,
literally.
elaborate on what you just said, because in the future I don't know what you're like, I don't know what you mean. So it's like, so I was doing some of that and I was just kind of like, really going into detail about like what's going on in my life right now, in my love life, in my personal life, in my career, and like what I would think would happen in 4 years, which was kind of scary to write about. I was just like, oh my gosh, like
No, it was
how
actually.
are things? Like I was kind of also asking myself, my future self, like reading this, like reading back on this, like, like was there anything like you accomplished that you really wanted to do, or like whatever. Like I don't want to like do you know that saying where it's like, oh, like don't spoil like what, like don't like spoil your future or something like that. It's like don't talk about it unless it's already happened type thing. So it's like, I don't know, like I was just like, did XYZ happen? And like in the future I'll be like yes or no.
No, literally.
So, yeah, that's basically what I wrote. Oh, and then at the end I wrote my current on repeat songs, like like Spotify will give you like your on repeat.
Oh yeah.
So for that week I had like certain songs and I just wrote it down. I thought it would be like a little fun thing to look back on.
I think that I did that too, the song thing. I'm not sure. I'll enter the photo because I did take photos of it. I'm just gonna have to blur what I wrote because some of the stuff I'm like, oh, like that's kind of like personal. But yeah, I kind of like how you did it. I feel like that was a very like nice way to like just go out and like touch grass and be in the sun. I need to go out and touch grass. Like I desperately need to touch grass and be connected with nature. That sounds like such a vibe. I stayed in my room. I almost forgot about it. So it was like 11 when I wrote the letter, and I just wrote it on a couple pieces of paper, and then
welcome back to Mutual Yearning. Today, this is so embarrassing. No, this is
I'm
the digital footprint. This is the digital footprint.
I'm no teeth, and you're.
This is me locking in.
Locking in, maxing. Okay. So I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. I do that
you
constantly.
need to touch grass, is what you were saying.
I need to what?
Touch grass.
Oh yeah, I need to touch grass. Like that. This is like a known thing. I need to touch grass. So I love how you did it. I followed a little bit more like structure. I was more strict on myself. I was like, okay, you're gonna follow the prompt because there was a prompt that's included in the video. I screenshotted it. Yeah, I screenshotted it. I like had it right open right next to me, and I just went down the list and I like numbered the pages. And I don't know, I found that to be helpful for me specifically because if not, then I would have like yapped, or I would have went too much into one thing and never got to the other thing. So I'm glad that I did it that way.
That's true.
But
yeah, I wish I did a little bit of that.
Both ways were very good though.
Because I definitely yapped about a little something a little too much.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. Anyways, so I wrote down a few of the quotes that I did have in the letter to myself that I am okay with being public, sort of. So the first one is, by the time I open this, I hope I've come to welcome the pain that comes from experiencing the strongest of highs love has to offer. Basically, this is actually like very crazy for anyone who knows me that is gonna watch this because I'm not super open with my wants. Oh, am I gonna cry? I'm just my wants and my needs. So basically, that just means like I want to be someone who it can go for things without the fear of the outcome of them. Whatever that is, that could be within love, that could be within friendships, that could be within my hobbies or within my future, my dreams. You know what I mean? I am very much someone who is like, I really want to do this thing, but I'm not going to do it because what if this and this and this and this and this happens? So I don't even give I don't even give myself the chance of feeling something good in the fear that something bad will come of it. So moving forward in the future, I want to take the good with the bad. Hopefully nothing bad comes with it, but I just mean I want to be able to experience that high, even if it means having a little bit of the low that comes with it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good thing to want. No, yeah, I want to touch on that a little bit because I definitely like think the same way, and it's taken me a few years to be like, okay, like we have to like kind of face these good things and bad things with. What the frick?
Zoom is loving the vibe. I don't even know what happened there. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, continue.
Anyways, as I was saying, I think it's good to face these things that are both good and are bad with love. Because when you do that, things become a little less scary. And like trying to look at the positive. And I know it sounds like dumb because like obviously in the moment it might just be like, oh, this is really, really bad and crappy. Like, why would I want to look at this from like a lens of love? And it's like, try though. Like, you know, like if you try to like approach these things with love, you might find that it's actually not that bad at all.
Literally, though.
It's hard to like tap into that mentality.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But we're human and yeah.
I feel like a lot of that also comes from just like wanting to protect yourself based off of like past experiences, whether it's in childhood or whether it's in your friendships or whether it is in love, whatever. So it's completely normal, but I feel like I just do it. I just like block things more than the average person does, and it's really bad. And I really want to work on that. And I think I have done things here and there to better that. So moving forward, I want to welcome growth and welcome connection in all areas of my life. Like that's what I want to do. The next quote that I have is, my sleeping schedule is fixed, which means I have the capacity to dream. At the time, my sleeping schedule was mixed. Yeah, can we get an applause?
Can we get an amen? How the heck can I love somebody else if you can't love yourself? Can I get an amen?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, my crush just messaged me.
Crush?
No, I don't. No, I don't have those. So like, that's a lie.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
because I was like, I'm right here. Like I didn't. Text
you. No, but I feel like if I want you and I want this person and this person and this person, like that should be allowed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cause like me too.
Oh wait, not you though. Like it's good when I do it, but when you do it, I feel like that's not.
Oh, sorry, I do that. So just thought you shouldn't know. Yeah. Like I know I call you my baby girl, but I call like everyone my baby girl, and like even yesterday I had this. Oh, baby girl, if you're seeing this, hit me up right now. Like you know who you are, baby girl. Baby girl, if you see this. Dare I say baby girls? Baby girls, if you see this,
girl,
calm
what's
down.
your name? Yeah, my sleeping schedule is fixed, which means I have the capacity to dream. Since then, my sleeping schedule has been messed up, and it's actually been messing with me. But before that, it was fixed, which is happy. Which is good. I will be in the slumps, in the worst place mentally, and I'm like, what is going on in my life? And people will be like, have you been drinking water? I'm like, not that much. Did you go outside today? No. How have you been sleeping? I mean, I sleep a lot. I sleep too much, and I sleep all day. And they're like, babes, like, have you gone for a walk? No, babes.
Literally.
So I am my own problem, and I have to make the decision to have a better sleeping schedule. So that's what that's about. And then the last one is as I sprung out of my state of vampirism, I must find something to live for. I found out when my sleeping schedule was fixed. In the beginning, I was like, what do I have to live for? I kind of made excuses for myself. I would be like, my sleeping schedule's messed up, so I can't do this during the day. Or I can't do this during the day. But then it became the day, and I didn't have anything to fall back on anymore. So,
Yeah. You're just in bed.
yeah, like I had to kind of address that. And I sort of came out of that. And I got inspired, and I started like making more content, editing and stuff again. But yeah, like I said, I messed up my schedule again, so that kind of sucks. But
I want to tap in on that a little bit. Like whenever, like the second you come out of a slump, or like you feel yourself starting to come out of a slump because you like woke up before noon, it's like the best feeling because you're like, yes, I feel alive. But like, it does suck being in a slump and then being like how to get out of it. Like you have to wake up early. You have to make food for yourself and like take care of yourself because you're a living, breathing human being that deserves to be taken care of and loved.
I guess.
And then you're like, oh, I have to do that now. And then you do it and you're like, I
literally like doing it is hard.
That's like the best feeling though. And I think in order to have that, you have to have the slump. So whenever I'm in a slump, I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna take my little slump time. And then so when I get out of it, I feel so much better.
That's a good way to think.
It's like because like, okay, you can't clean your room if it's not messy.
Oh, okay, you ate that. You can't clean your room if it's not messy. No, that was good. That's like a really nice way. Clip that, babes. I'm gonna need you to clip that. No, that's like such a good and healthy way to think about it. I think for me, I'm like, I'll never get out of this. Like, how can I just won't change. Like, I need to change. Why am I like this? All those good things. But being like, I need a moment to like relax, and when I get out of this, it'll feel amazing. It's such a healthy way to think about it, and I think I need to like tap into that next time. Or I guess yeah.
Like the first time I heard that, I was like, like you're right. And like right now, okay, like you can't tell, but my desk is really freaking messy, and it's like, it's okay. Like when I clean this, it's gonna look amazing, and then I'm gonna be more motivated to do my work, and I won't be behind my work. But that's not today. Today we're going outside and we're going lit, and we're going lit. We're getting lit because it's my birthday tomorrow. But the desk can be cleaned later, and I will do that later. But
that is such like a positive way to look at it. You're not looking at it for like, I'm not doing this. This is not being done. You're more so like, this is just what is yet to come. Hey, yet to come. I'm sorry, I'm too loud right now. Yet to come.
The best yet to
come. Okay, so let's get to
But it's also like a level of like delusion. We have to be like, it's gonna be okay. Like it's fine. Like
being delusional. People would be like, you're delusional, but sometimes being delusional is like a blessing. It's truly
healthy.
A blessing.
It helps. Definitely.
Yeah. Like the only reason I'm able to like post anything when I do post is like delusion. I'm like,
yeah. But you have to be self-aware at the same time.
When I edit, I'm like, okay, like you're actually really boring. Oh no, I'm like, you're boring. And then when I finish it, I'm like, okay, wait, you're kind of actually lit, and everyone, when they see this, they'll love it. And then I get like 20 views. But I'm like, those 20 people that saw it, I just know they tapped in. I gave them something to relate to. And so actually somebody commented and they're like, I found this relatable. I don't know, I forgot what it was, but it was so, I cried because it was just so precious. And I was like, I was like, this, what, just like, I feel like I'm grateful for even 10 people seeing it. Like I get excited for even that because it's just like, I don't know. It's just so cute. Like I don't know. I can't explain it, but
No, I agree. Like I remember the first time, like one of my vlogs that I like now is like unlisted. I like hit like 100 views in like
remember.
2 days, and I was like,
we're going to Hollywood.
people look like, where's my YouTube play button? Like, and, like even if half of them like clicked out of it before they finished the video, like the few people that commented and they're just like, this was so cute, or like your editing was so cute,
Yeah.
or like whatever, and it's like, thank you.
It's like displaying a piece of art almost. Like not to be like my videos are art, but you spend so much time and energy and creativity on editing and filming and stuff that it's nice that it can be viewed. And I think my goal and when I'm posting is like I just want to make people feel the way I feel when I watch other creators and other YouTubers and creatives and stuff like that. I want people to grasp onto the human aspects of me that remind them of themselves the same way I do of other people, because I think it's just a lovely way to like different parts of yourself and feel like you're not alone. So let's move on to consumption. Throw up week. Hey, tap in. I love how you only have the mic like every other 25
Because
minutes.
I need to tap in.
Tap in. Okay. So let's start off for books. I recently read the book called The Lover by Doris, a very famous book. Some may say a TikTok book. People are like, TikTok book, but TikTok your mama.
TikTok book, and I loved it.
No, literally. Like, it's famous on TikTok for a reason because it's being well received and people are connecting with it. So, you're not special for not reading TikTok books, babe. So, I read that book and I wrote down that I related to the mom. I needed a bit more context on the thing. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I wasn't as much in the mood to read as I would have been if I had been in a different headspace, because when I was reading I kind of felt like I was rushing myself to finish it for the sake of just being like, okay, I read, of being like productive. So I feel like I didn't fully grasp everything. Obviously I get the point of the book, but the writing style kind of threw me off sometimes. The point of view changed. Like it was always about the girl, but she would go from me and I to she and her. And so I don't know if I like that. Like, I don't know if that was my style. Like, I don't know if I messed with that. But I like the book itself. I wish it went. I don't know. It's called The Lover, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like it was a book about a mom and a daughter. And I wish, even though it was a lot of that, I wish it went even more so into the mom's behaviors. Because it was like vague almost. It was like, oh my god, it was actually really good though at the parts when she was like the crazy woman running around, blah blah blah. I was like, who's this crazy woman? And I was like, oh my god, like it's the mom. I need another book about the mom, because the mom felt very much like an extreme version of myself. Like I feel like when I'm in my moods, I'm an entirely different person. Like when I'm in my slumps, obviously she had like a disorder of sorts. Don't know what it was exactly, and it impacted the entire family dynamic. And I feel like that was just really interesting to see that and to read that. So I do want to read it in the future and just tap into it a bit more. So for music, I have this song that I found from being actually crazy. Like we said before, we're fangirls. There's a playlist on Spotify called Bum You, every recommended song ever that he's recommended, or something like that. And I want to listen to it to feel more connected to them. Also, I feel like I genuinely do have a similar taste in music to him and Subin. So I listen to that music before I go to sleep. There's a song specifically that I love. It makes me really happy when it plays. It's called The One That You Love by Air Supply. I think it's made in like probably the 70s or 80s or something. It's like, no, that you love, that's good. I don't know what it is. In that song, but every single time that song plays, it just makes my mood like go up by 100. I don't know what it is. You got the time thing? Yeah, I don't know what it is, But it's just so good. And then the next song is "Can I Get Married" by Coffee Boy, which is also a song that was, I guess,
Coffee Boy.
which is a song that was also recommended or played by BumQ. Oh, why did I say it like that? For my videos, I have my Hype Game Caterers. I watch that constantly. Yeah, it was released, I think, almost 2 years ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago even, I think.
Oh my god, it's been so long. I literally will watch it every like 3 months or something. I've probably seen it like 7 times.
It's so fun.
It is, and they should do it again. So the next thing I have is Totoro Lives On, which is like an anime that is made by Netflix. It's basically about this little boy who is running from his father, or yeah, I guess he's not running, but he's more so not interacting with his father. His mom died, so he's living alone, and he makes these really nice connections with his neighbors. They're older than him. By the way, he's 4 years old. It's very emotional. It very much deals with children being neglected and like abandonment and stuff like that. But it does it in a lighthearted type of way. Like it's still able to be consumed by people who are not necessarily tapped in. No, just kidding. But so it's very like nice. It's emotional. It's funny, and I really like it. I love watching that early in the morning. It's a vibe. And the next thing I have is Atla live action on Netflix.
True.
Hey,
I still didn't tap in on that, but
yeah. I actually don't feel very connected to it. I don't want to be like the cartoon version was better. Like the live action sucks. I don't think it sucks. I just feel like a lot of what I loved about the original was taken out of it. It doesn't feel as lighthearted, and it kind of takes away that fun for me in that way. And then lastly, Emma Chamberlain Anything Goes. I was very much in my Emma Chamberlain Anything Goes phase because this is what I wrote down. I love imagining how people perceive things, seeing dynamics and personalities mesh, where they collide and where they flow into one another. I specifically love the episodes of Emma when she has a guest, somebody who's a professional in the field that they specialize in. I think it's interesting to see where her thoughts are, where they're being validated by the other person, where she's being essentially corrected and educated, what other people think of. I like to see how their personalities mesh. I just really have a thing for like dynamics, you know what I mean? Like two different individuals and where they meet, where they collide, and where they don't. So that's what I've been loving lately. I will usually watch that. Oh,
sorry.
I'm just kidding. I would usually watch that in the shower, or listen to that in the shower, and I just love it. So that's my consumption throw up. Oh my god, I talked way too much.
It's okay. Let's see if I can do this in 5 minutes. Okay. 4 minutes. Okay. Books. I actually have it right here. It's Just Kids by Patti Smith. I'm gonna be really freaking honest. I haven't touched this book in a few weeks, just because I'll like read like a page, and then like I have to go do something, and then I just I've been really bad at keeping up with my book lately. This is like a memoir-ish book. It's about Patti Smith. She's a singer, and one of her lovers, I think, like, it's a very complicated story. Like, they start off as friends and they date, and then he's like exploring his sexuality and whatever. I'm at the point where he's like, he comes back from exploring his sexuality in San Francisco in like the 70s, which is like, and he like falls ill, and she's like taking care of him and stuff. But the way that she talks about her, like their relationship, is so like sweet, and it genuinely like makes me yearn for like what they have. At least like at the point that I'm at, like, because they're both like artists, and like there's a quote, and we can put it up here. And this quote just like kills me every time, and like, yeah, because like I need that. Anyways, but she inserts like pictures, which I think is really cool.
Love that. I actually have that book. I need to read it.
It's really good so far. I like her style of writing. It's very like casual, but like not really. I don't know. So that's my current book read. I have a few others, but I haven't touched them. So, music. I've been listening to the new Faye Webster because I'm seeing Faye Webster in concert. So I've been listening to that. I've also been listening to Nobody Knows by Kiss of Life. Yeah, I can't be enough for you. Just that, like that song has been stuck in my head. The First Taste by Fiona Apple has been on repeat for a little too long. It's a little concerning. Someone check up on me.
Oh.
And Love by Dean. And a few others. This entire week that I've been driving to campus, I've been listening to salsa. It just gets me like in the mood to drive. Like I don't know. So yeah, that's been my music. For video, I haven't been keeping up with my favorite YouTubers. I've just been kind of like watching random stuff. I love to watch dance practices, so I was watching like La Seraphim dance practices,
Yum.
TXT dance practices. Like they're just so satisfying to watch. But I'm pulling up my letterbox for my recent leave stuff. Yesterday we watched a documentary called Annie Leibovitz. She's like a photographer. It was a really good documentary. It's like made by her daughter, which I think is awesome, and just so good. And yeah, I also recently watched Love and Leashes.
What is that? Love Unleashes? Oh, Love
You've
Unleashes.
never heard of that?
No. Oh no. I'm not tapped in.
I don't know if you want to tap in. It's kind of funny. Well, it's kind of like cringy, but like funny.
What's the basis?
I gave it 3 stars. That's what I watched. I rewatched Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah, I need to rewatch that.
Love Miss Harley Quinn. And then I rewatched Spirited Away.
Classic.
And I rewatched Totoro. I watched a lot these past 2 weeks. Totoro, Teen Beach Movie,
Oh my god, I used to love that.
500 Days of Summer,
Classic.
and Spring Breakers, which sucked. But I had to watch it for the culture, but it really sucked.
Yeah, that movie is like actually horrible. Wow, you consume like crazy. I need to watch more movies.
Well, this was in March, so March 1st, whatever. And then these last 2, I just logged, but I didn't watch them this like in March yet. So
Yes, Quinn. Okay, I need to watch more movies. I need to like tap into that. I haven't done that since I was younger, where I would like consistently watch movies. But because I'm so into shows, I wonder if it has anything to do with like me wanting to hold on to something as long as I can.
So let's do our little outro on here.
Yeah. So everything gave out on us. The Zoom meeting timed out. What I am currently yearning for. I wanted to keep it lighthearted. There's other things I'm yearning for right now, but I don't want to get into that too much because.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just...
Baby girl, if you see this, baby girl.
Oh my god.
I got a little carried away. They will not be seeing this, I don't think. That would be very awkward.
No, literally though. Anyways, I am I'm yearning for a fan call.
Okay.
I don't know. Usually I'm like, okay, like I don't need a fan call. It's fine. That would be awesome if I got one, but I don't necessarily like want to go out of my way to get one because what would I even say? What would I even do? My goal, if I do get a fan call, is I just want to make them laugh. Specifically, Huninkai. Like, I want to make him laugh. Like, I just want to make him giggle. I want to make him laugh. I don't want them to do fan service. I want to be genuine with them. I want them to, like, genuinely laugh and have a good time. But how do you even do that? Oh.
I love that pose. Like, he eats it up every time.
So, I just want a fan call so bad because I just want to tell them how much I appreciate them.
Yeah. That's like, yeah. Like, okay, when I went to the P1 Harmony concert, when they came to Miami, and we had, like, the high touch, but it was like still COVID. Like still there were still like COVID cases and stuff, so it was like I had a mask on, but not everyone did because it's freaking Florida and everyone is like gross and disgusting. But like the high touch was like behind like a, not even like a glass. Like usually they have like a glass. It was like plastic. It was like a shower curtain. But I remember just being like, I have like 5 seconds, not even, to talk to every single one of them. So I literally like walked past them and I was like, I love you, Intact. I love you, Soul. I love you, Kyo. I love you, Jiyoung. Like I was like, I love you. Like it was just like,
Oh my gosh.
like I love you. Like I love you. And I'm proud of you. Like I love you guys. Like, but yeah, so real. But the thing I'm yearning for right now, I only wrote down one thing, and I just wrote touch. LOL, 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 LOL. Touch is like my number one love language. No, it is my number, and it's not like, it is my number one love language. I love like receiving touch and like giving touch, not in a sexual way, of course, unless it gets to that. But it's usually like, I love like putting my head on your shoulder, or you putting your head on my shoulder, like just tapping you, like holding hands platonically or romantically or whatever. I just love doing that with the people that I'm close with, if they're comfortable with that as well. So like when you find friends that are also like tapped in with that, it's just like, yeah, I love that. And I'm really craving that right now. When I wrote that, I was really craving it, and then I got a little some, and then now I'm really craving it again. Hey, let's go. I really hope they don't. I really hope. Oh,
Editor!
I really hope they don't see this, because that'd be really funny. But like, why are you watching? Like, oh my god.
They want you so bad. Like why are you?
But it's not even like that. It's more of just like, thank you for touching me like the other day. Like, thanks for holding me. Like, that's great. It's not like this is my crush or anything. That's one thing that I'm also yearning for a crush. Like, I need a crush. I need to slightly obsess over someone right now that's like worth my time. But at the same time, I'm like, am I really yearning for a crush? Like, I don't know. Like, there's no good candidates except you, baby girl. Oh, what did we talk about?
Anyways, so thank y'all so very much for watching. Episode 2 coming soon. It was lovely speaking to you.
Yeah. Hopefully, see y'all next week.
Hey.
Bye, guys. Bye, Mom. My mom was not gonna watch this.